from stardust. Stars and steel forge the sky. Worlds and dreams where legends fly. Engines burning, plasma flows. Onward where the starlight goes. Cosmic down to take control. Engineer with heart and soul.
Log Entry 41. Found a derelict near Sector 9.
Hello, space engineers. Welcome back to another episode of ProtoTech Quest. Yay! What am I up to today? Working on the Manufactory today. I have a lot of things to do. It's a big ship. We're doing a lot on this playthrough. And one of the goals is to have drones that I can print and fire, almost like missiles. Print and fire almost like missiles. And this is the Manufactory. This is supposed to be where I build drones and missiles and whatnot. So I have this idea that I'm going to pull up to an unidentified signal, maybe 10 or 12 clicks away, and I'm going to open these doors. I'm going to point the Ukamachi at the unidentified signal, and there's going to be some kind of printing experience in here that prints a variety of drones, and when they're done printing, they have a launch sequence where they shoot out of the front of the Ukamachi here, and then when the launch sequence is over, they just sit there and wait. They just coast. They don't do anything else until they detect an enemy, and then when they detect an enemy, they go offensive. So that's sort of like missiles that are also drones. I mean, they could be missiles. I mean, drones, missiles, they're all the same freaking thing, right? So that's the idea. That's what I want to be doing in here. I want to get working on that. So I'd like the printer. There's a lot to think about. So we could put a bunch of welders in the floor and then a 2-block gap, 1, 2, and then welder tips sticking down, and we could have a whole bunch of them. It would probably be the most effective way to print them in mass, like quickly. Probably be the most effective way to print them quickly. So, I mean, drones probably need at least 3, right? At least 3 welders in length. Get them? Probably 4. So, imagining that we do this. Then the drones will be attached here to the main grid where they'll get ammo and all that stuff. And then when they're done printing, we'll shoot them out. Just launch. So I'm going to try and do a build. I'm going to try and walk us through the build. I don't think I'm particularly good at that necessarily, so the other option is to bring it all the way out here, but if I do that, I can't walk in front of it, so at the moment I feel like I want to do this. So this is going to be simple to do this, but also, like, there's a lot of welders here, so I'm a bit... There's 2 things that does. A lot of welders are way faster to weld up the missiles, whatever. It's going to be way faster. However, it's really hard on SimSpeed to have a bunch of welders running. So, I don't know. Do we just do a prototype with 32 welders? Jesus. Do we leave this other space open for other things? Maybe. So I'm just going to kind of lay this out and then see what we've got. I was going to do 4, but I think I'm just going to do 3 welders to start with. Because it'll just make it easier to put things in the middle, right? Because of space engineers and blocks and all of that. Okay, so I have whatever, 12 welders in place. I have the conveyoring done. I use the welders to weld each other up. And we need to have our attachment for the drone printing. So let's get a hinge. Add medium head. Okay. So this is where we're going to print the drones from. This is the mount point for them. Okay. So let's do some spacing here. So right here is where the top of the welders go, because I'm going to have 2 spaces in here. So I can get the full range of printing, so I can make thicker drones if I feel like it. Okay, so I have two basic ideas. One is what we're doing now, where we're going to build a drone in here. It's going to launch after build. It's going to take off and have a launch sequence, and that's going to get it out of here. The other choice is that we have a piston back here that pushes this in and out. So it can push it out and then launch. That's the other option. We're going to try this first because it's simpler. So I'm going to get weld all this stuff up here. And then we'll start talking about a drone. We've done a variety of drone designs and we've learned a little bit. So let's see what we can come up with here. One of the things that seems to be working here is using the welders to weld themselves up. So that's been nice. Alright, so I'm going to build a little stalk here to try and get this up to the middle, right in between the two blocks. I'd like a connector to be right in the middle. So we're going to put T's in here instead of straight pieces. That'll allow me to stick connectors off the sides, depending on what works for the build that we're doing. So I don't really know if this is a good idea or not, but I'm going to put these little merge blocks right next to the connector like this. Hopefully I can get all my varieties of designs into this setup. Because I'd like to have more than one design. I'd like to be able to say, hey, give me one of these drones. Give me one of these drones. I'd like to be able to do that. like from afar, send an action relay and
Energy
say, hey,
critical.
give me 2 more of those, or whatever. Alright, so this is the basic setup here. Maybe I should reinforce this, make it look better or something like that. I'm definitely not done with all of that, but I'm just kind of running a test, basically. Alright, so we need to build a drone in here. And I'd like this drone to be an ion-powered drone. I'd like it to be simple and something I can kind of throw away. So the first thing I need, I think, is a sorter. Because we don't have a lot, we're not going to have a big conveyor network on here, and we need to get ammo in. We'll have a cargo container. It's going to be a little longer and shorter, maybe. This is all going to be built around this assault. So is that the drone? I mean, you know, right? Needs to have power and thrusters. Now to run 1, 2, 3. 4 of these at the same time, I need 800 kilowatts. So there's 2 options. There's a battery version of this, and there's a reactor version of this. The reactor version of this is way more expensive, but it runs for a long time. If I do the reactor version of this, then I have to change. Oh wait, it's all... Oh, holy crap. Alright, let's just help this up. Get this sorted here. Yeah, okay. So, if I do that, this sorter is maybe not the best place for this. This is maybe not the best place for this sorter. Just put a sorter here. And then here we'll put a reactor. I mean oh, I guess, you know, if I'd made this an inset connector, then I can put the reactor like right here. Makes it a little more efficient. So I put the reactor here. Then I can go back and I can put the sorter back in where I had it. Put the cargo container back. Oh, that's another option. I could make this like side mount. You know, I've never even really thought about that very much. Why don't I make this a side mount instead of making it so symmetrical? Because then I don't have to make it so tall. And still be just as wide. So let's put a cargo container in. 1 cargo container. And then let's put a split in. And then let's put the assault cannon off to the side. We need an event controller for a cargo full. So I've been okay. I talked to you for a while, and then I did a bunch of stuff that's totally different. So I was gonna make a symmetrical design with the gun in the middle and la la la, and then I decided that I could make it more compact if I didn't make it symmetrical. So I threw the gun off to the side, and then decided to throw a second gun on. We've got a total of 9 small cargo containers. We got 2 forward thrusters. We got a thruster up and a thruster down and a thruster left and a thruster right. We got move blocks, AI move block, AI defensive, offense, antenna. We got a vent controller here. This event controller is going to detect if the ammo is loaded. And if it is, it's going to launch. And then I guess I need a timer block. Stop the launch. So this guy's job is going to be to set the thrust override low, really low, just to keep it moving forward until it actually encounters an enemy. So this is the guts of the dealio here. So let me name all these. These are the dealio. These are the guts of the drone that I'd like to print to just start with, and let's name all these welders and turn them on. Alright, I named all the welders, I put them in a group, and I put them on this button, so... Awesome sauce. What are we going to do to switch it on? Because we have to lock this connector. Do we have timer that just locks it? So this determines when we're going to launch. And then when it does that, it's going to disconnect and do a bunch of crap. And I guess it can have all the commands to do all that inside it. So I guess I don't need a timer for that. Yeah, perfect. We got it in there now. We got it in the drone. I was having some issues with my sorters. The uranium was not all in here. Slowly working on the cobalt. So, this thing is basically here. It might want a few more blocks on it for, you know, defending itself. It might appreciate that. So maybe I'll put a little bit of greebling on the front of it. I don't want to change its profile. Like, I don't want it to be taller. We could put a couple of blocks on here to sort of give it a little bit of protection. Anything else I put on it just makes it heavier, so I'm going to program it, and then we're going to find a target to launch it at and see how it behaves. It's pretty bare bones, so. Alright, space engineers. It's a salvage carrier that sent a drone over here, and it's just kind of like prowling around over there. And he's going to get close to some kind of automatic activation range, so I'm going to get in the core cannon here. Now there were some comments. About firing like a chain fire pattern. for the railguns using timers, and I think that's a great idea. But I don't know how to get the timers to do a sub-second delay, which means they fire pretty slow with a 1 second delay, which is not. It's really not great. It takes a long time to shoot them all. I think all these like thruster effects are due to they're bugs with the new new thruster flames, because it's a little bit much. I don't know. I mean, it's not the worst thing, but I'm sure I'm not going to be all that excited about that all the time, right? Oh, that is interesting. Look at that thing. It's like a serious opponent. Take that, buddy. Sure as heck deserve it. Ooh, I'm getting attacked from multiple angles. Can we get one more shot in? Oh, we got hit. We are getting attacked by the mean nasty drones.
Oh, take that.
Yeah, had about enough of you. What else have we got going on? Is that our prize? Yeah, that's the prize. Let's see if we can get this thing. I'm sure they got beat up enough for it. It looks really bad with all the thruster flares. I have no idea how bad they were injured. Oh, is that another drone? It's a shakedown now. We don't care about the shakedown now. What we care about is whether this thing's going to shoot at us or not. Whether or not it's even functional. It does have a gun on it. Is shooting at us. Variety of guns. Okay. Oh, I missed. Oh, okay. Maybe we'll try the chain fire out. Maybe I'll show you guys what that does. Here goes. Which I'll admit, you know, that was pretty good. Actually, you know. I'm gonna shoot you again. I have a minute remaining to meet the demand. Alright, do I have mag plates on this thing? Yeah, I do. Let's use one of them. So can we grab a hold of this thing? Looks like it has a large ion on it. I think we've captured one of these before. Really, buddy? Okay. Now I gotta stop these guys. Stop doing this, would you?
Inventory full. Inventory full.
So somewhere around here, yeah, you stop.
Inventory full.
Yeah. So somewhere on here is the move block, which I think is like maybe over here. Or over here.
Inventory full. Inventory full.
What's that? Yeah, that's the move block.
Inventory full. Inventory full.
Finally. Okay. Now, can we claim this thing? Oh, what's in here? Oh, that's nice. There might be some good loot in here. Oh, I'm full. Okay, can we take this thing somewhere? Ooh, this is... Oh, it's all attached. Well, this has been interesting. There's probably some good things in here somewhere. I mean, there are good things in here, but, like, I don't have room in this thing for it. Wow. Okay. There's some resources in there. Lots of magnesium, that's nice. Look at all this stuff in here. There's some good stuff in here. So this has been, that was entertaining, right? Had a good time. Now, I'm gonna take this back to the Ukimachi. And we're gonna turn the Ukimachi's guns off, I think, before we get there. And we're gonna grind this thing up because that seems like fun. This is hard. This is heavy. Try to slow down. Be outside of gun range. We do have an enemy grid here. Alright. Let's turn the guns off on the Ukamachi to make sure everything works out okay. And then I'm going to try and grind it up. One of these days I'll get a click at the right time. Haha! Okay. So now that it's a... let's check the bed. So now that it's a station... I guess we'll find out what's in there. Now that it's a station, we can take our giant grinding ship and grind it all up. We should get all the goodies that are in all the cargo containers. So that's nice. Gonna take the core cannon over to get repaired. I think this welder's on. So as long as we don't have any little bits inside it, we should be able to fix up whatever's broken. Mean old pirate salvage carrier, you got what you deserved. Alright, well that was an entertaining distraction. Let's grind it all up. Let's turn on the grab gems. Already spitting things out, huh? What have you got on board? What's in the... what do we have? This stuff in the connector, I guess. Nothing now. Okay. So I thought it might be fun to grind this up, and watch the collector work. I could set Pam to do it, but I don't know. I don't mind doing things like this all the time, so I kind of want to mess with it a little bit anyways. I think there's quite a bit of heavy armor in this thing. Which explains why it managed to survive so many shots from the railguns. But I've been getting quite a few metal grids out of it, so that's nice. Okay, well, that was unexpected and exciting. I think I finished programming this drone. So we're gonna have to give it a test, but I gotta see how much footage I have. I may have. Wow, let's fix that. I may have enough footage already for the episode, so. Okay, gravity's back to sanity levels. So, in the event that this is the end of the episode, which I don't know, maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Let's go over what we've got here. Okay, I fuss with the inventory, but then this is a more accurate representation. Of all of our components. Thank you for joining me for another episode of ProtoTech Quest. We had an adventure with a space pirate salvage carrier. We cleaned up the manufactory and began our new autocannon drone setup for 4 spitting drones out like missiles. So, I hope you enjoyed the content. If so, please give me a like and subscribe. And I hope to see you again for the next episode with your brand new towel.